Welcome back. Does your child light up when they see animals in books? Well, the Pima County Library is bringing the pages to life in this year's Summer Learning Zoo celebration.
Children's librarian Maureen Kearney, along with Kristen Metzger from the Reed Park Zoo, are here with the details. Ladies, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having us.
So, a big celebration, learning, zoo, I love it all. What kind of is all in this celebration we're doing?
Well, besides just getting the chance to be at the zoo, which is awesome in itself. The library is going to have a whole bunch of crafts and activities. We're going to be having carrots for the kids to feed to the giraffes. We're going to be sponsoring some carousel rides. Not very many of those, but they'll be there. And there's just going to be all sorts of learning and fun to do.
Well, and the kids that are in the summer learning program, do they get into this for free?
Yes,
Okay.
they get in. If they've gone to their local library, they could get an invitation from the library. With that invitation, the kid gets in free. One adult per invitation can get in half price, which is a really good deal for your family.
Oh, yes, absolutely. And speaking of those invitations, if somebody hasn't had a chance to pick up one of those, is there still some available out there?
I would call your local library.
Okay.
Some have had, lots of people picking them up.
This is popular.
Some still have some left, yeah.
And obviously, we're creating a partnership, the Pima County Library and the Reed Park Zoo. Such a great partnership. Yeah. So tell us, Kristen, what are some of the things that people can expect from the zoo at this event?
Sure. So it's a partnership we're very excited about. This is the 6th year that we've had the end of summer learning celebration at the zoo. We're going to be doing first of all, the first 200 kids that come into the zoo with their invitation will get a free carousel ride. And the first 500 kids that come into the zoo with an invitation will get a ticket to feed the giraffes. So, so we're going to have a great morning, and then also we'll have our educators around the zoo doing animal presentations. And we're still finalizing that schedule, but I know we'll be giving treats to the elephants, and we'll also be joining in the South America Aviary to watch our king vulture get a cool shower.
You know what? I am not a child, but if anybody saw my face through this whole time you were speaking, I'm like lighting up. I was just like, ooh, that sounds so cool. Yeah. So on top of all of that, I kind of heard through the grapevine that there's going to be some costume characters. Is that a secret, or can you just tell me?
Our costume character guest this year is going to be Clifford.
Oh, who doesn't love Clifford the big red dog?
I love Clifford.
I love him.
Yeah.
I think that's awesome.
That is awesome. And so if people, want to keep sort of interacting with the library beyond this event, what are ways that they can do that?
Well, we have programs and things year-round. Obviously, most of our libraries are open 7 days a week. A lot of them are open weekdays until 8 o'clock at night. So there's all sorts of times during your day you can take your kids to the library. We have programs like Read to a Dog, which is one of my very favorite things, especially for kids who are reading, because they have therapy dogs that come into the library, and these are super cute dogs. And the kids practice their reading with them, and it's a really great way to get them comfortable with reading. It's a very low stress kind of thing for them. There's also for real little kids, there's story time, there's learning activities, science programs, all sorts of great things we do around the whole year, not just during the summer.
And I love that we're saying that, because I know we concentrate on the summer and summer learning, because that is a time when the kids kind of go through what they call your mind needs to stay warm. Right. But, parents, on top of coming to the library and the kids are having a lot of fun, parents kind of need a little bit of help along the way also to keep that momentum going throughout the whole year. Is there ways that they can kind of do that? Yeah,
well, at home, one of the 2 things I suggest is let your kids pick out their own books. Making the library part of your regular sort of weekly, monthly routine is a big part of that, because you can just let them loose. They can pick out a stack of books, and it's free. So it's not as, even if they hate the books, it's like, all right, we'll return them. The other thing I would say is not only just reading with your kids at home, reading their books with them, but let them see you reading. A lot of parents I know life is busy. The kid wants to climb on you and see what you're doing, see what you're reading. Let them see you reading, because they'll process that as reading is something adults do. Reading is something my mom and dad do. That reading is cool. I want to learn to do it better. Right.
And Kristen, from a zoo perspective, I mean, people pick up books, they read about the animals, but they come to the Reed Park Zoo, they can see them. The animals are there year-round. They're never going away. So from a zoo perspective, what kind of learning can kids really do there, even outside of this event?
Sure. Well, coming to the zoo, we hope, is always an educational experience. Certainly, there are opportunities in the zoo to talk to our docents, our volunteers, our educators. We have a great group of teen volunteers that are out in the zoo, ready to answer questions and be available to help everyone learn a little bit more about wildlife and conservation and why the zoo is important and what it's doing for animals, not just at our zoo, but all around the world.
I told you before we started, if I wasn't doing this, I would totally want to be you.
Like I could see that.
Yeah.
I could totally see that.
I think that is such an amazing place to be, and for the kids to come and kind of like we were talking, take the pages of a book and really make them come to life. It gets them more interested in learning about the elephant or the monkey or whatever it is, and going back to the library and picking another book up.
Right, yeah.
Exactly. Turn everybody into a little Dr. Dolittle, right? Make them all talk to animals. Guys, thank you so much for coming on and telling
You're
us.
welcome. Can I say
thanks
one
very
last
much.
thing?
Oh, please
yeah.
do.
Okay, so something I forgot to mention is that the bookmobile will also be at the zoo.
Cool.
This is not the bookmobile, I'm sorry, the book bike, which is a really cool thing that we've been doing for the past few years. So the kids that come to the zoo can get their very own free book to take home.
Gotta love it. Thank you guys again. Absolutely. Don't miss Pima County Public Library's Summer Learning Zoo Celebration, taking place this Saturday from 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. at the Reed Park Zoo. For more details, call 791-4010 or log on to library.pima.gov.